Right, we're on. I'm going to show you the most effective way you can reduce your handicap. Shall we? So the most effective way to reduce your handicap is a complicated matter made simple. It's only complicated because of the terminology. And that terminology is simply low point control. If you can control the low point of your club head arc, you will reduce your handicap. Guaranteed. Guaranteed we can reduce your handicap. Bobby Clampett wrote a book called The Impact Zone. I'm going to read out some facts for you, just it'll take seconds. I'll put them on the screen here, it'll make much more sense. And these figures are from a study that Bobby Clampett did. Now he worked on low point control. He took thousands of golfers, handicap ranging from Tour Pro up to I think it was 32, and he found out where their low point was. They all hit a 7-iron, 5 shots, 5 divots past the line, and wherever the lowest point of that divot was would determine their handicap. Now, the findings were amazing. I've got my book here for quick reference, but it's on the screen right now. You can see there that the average handicap, or the average swing bottom, the low point of the arc for a tour player is 4 inches ahead of the golf ball. 4 inches ahead of the golf ball. Hit the golf ball, low point is 4 inches ahead, so the middle of the divot is 4 inches ahead, and then the club comes back up. Other extreme, handicap 32 is 4 inches behind the golf ball, so there's 8 inches difference there. So a 32 handicapper hits the ground here, a Tour Pro hits the ball, hits the ground 4 inches ahead. And then there's parameters in between. Your handicap, your average handicap of 5, they're 1.6 inches ahead, low point. Your average handicap of 13.7 is 1.92 inches behind. And then your average handicap of 25 is the 4 inches behind. So 25 handicappers hitting the ground 4 inches behind. Now, that tells me that if we can move the low point, and the further forward we move the low point of that arc, the further forward we can move the low point of your arc. Club makes an arc, there's a low point to that. If we can hit the golf ball and then have the low point 4 inches after impact, we're going to reduce your handicap because compression's better, lag's better, dispersion both ways, forward and back's better, and face is going to be square to target for longer because you're sustaining the line of compression. Unbelievable. All we have to do is move low point ahead of the golf ball. As I mentioned there, if your average handicap is 5, you're 1.6 inches ahead of the ball. If we can move that 1.6 inches or from behind the ball to 1.6 inches ahead, everyone plays off 5. What a world that would be. Imagine living in a world where the highest handicap is 5. Wow. Now, I'm going to place this golf ball right there. How do we move low point? Okay, how do we move low point? Well, low point behind the golf ball here is a 32 handicapper, 4 inches behind. Low point ahead of the golf ball, hit ball, balls away. Low point, middle of divot, 4 inches past is a Tour Pro. That's where we want to be. Now, where your body is has got a lot to do with it. And I do this drill with so many people. People who have come for lessons with me have gone through this drill, and it's amazing how quickly they react to it. All I do is I place a tee 4 inches ahead of the golf ball. So I've placed the tee 4 inches ahead of the golf ball. I address the golf ball, let's make that 4 inches. There we go. I ask the player to address the golf ball. I then remove the golf ball, but we're maintaining that address position where the ball would be 4 inches behind. Now that is 5.68 inches behind because it's the width of the golf ball plus the 4 inches. And then all I ask them to do is hit the tee. So then all of a sudden, somehow when they come down, the body assembles itself to the tee. So the body moves forward to the tee and they strike the square edge of the tee. The idea is to place the tee so that you hit the square edge and not come at an angle, because then we're controlling path as well. But it's amazing how the body assembles itself to that tee. I don't know how it happens. I mean, if I'm here and the tee's there, so I'm now 4, 8, 16 inches behind. I mean, ridiculous. 16 inches behind that tee. Again, I'm trying to get my body to assemble itself to that tee, and it did. So I was able to move the body across there. But what does the body moving to the tee actually do? Moving the body to the tee is training the body. It creates lag in the golf swing. Lag is your friend. That is the #1 priority of the downswing. Lag is the #1 priority of the downswing. Up to the top, I get to here, my body then goes left, the angle between lead arm and club shaft, decreases because my body goes left. That's the lag. I hold the lag, store the lag, throw the lag at the golf ball, and then low point is 4 inches behind. Boom. Okay, so now you guys have to do this. You guys have to get on the range and do this. So grab 2 canes. Red cane is going to be the ball cane. And then your white cane is going to go 4 inches ahead. Now I'm roughly 4 inches ahead. That is probably exactly 4 inches. And I place my ball in line with the red cane, and the end of the tee in line with the white cane, directly down my ball to target line. Just right there. So now I have reference point. I have red cane and white cane. Red cane and white cane are more for body, sternum. So the zip of my jacket marries up with red cane at address. There, so I'm using a central ball position here. A very central ball position. I have 8 iron in my hand. There. I'm then going to address where the ball would be. So I'm addressing red cane. Up to the top, I'm staying centred to that. I'm not moving to the right of the red cane. That's going to distort my low point. From the top of the swing back down to impact, I've got 1/4 of a second, so I'm not really going to get past impact with that amount of time swinging at the club head speed I swing at. So I'm there, and then from there on the way down, I'm trying to get my body to move more on top of the white cane. Now, as I'm doing that, I feel as though the club's going backwards as I'm doing that. Slow motion, an exaggeration. As the club goes back, my body goes forwards. And that's the lag I'm trying to feel. That's going to try and get my 4 inches ahead of impact to reduce dispersion both ways. Strike path, everything's going to increase or become more efficient. So up to the top, hitting white tee. There. Tee. Brilliant. My body fully assembled itself to that tee to make sure I got clean contact there, moved, created the lag, and then let the body relax and drive up. I don't just take the club back and use my hands to get there. Again, that's going to make low point in here somewhere. I don't want to use the hands. I'm doing all this with all body. It's all body that's doing this. Guys, we're just going to stop this video for 2 seconds. Look at the quality. LOFT LIE Golf Glove. So I started a new golf brand called LOFT LIE. And initially we're going to sell golf gloves. I've got a leather glove, premium leather glove that I'm wearing just now. I've got a mesh glove for different weather conditions, which is fully leather palm, and also rain gloves to match up with that. And the quality of the gloves, especially the full premium leather glove, is just, it's as good as sample, or as good if not better quality than any premium golf glove I've ever tried. And I've tried so many golf gloves over the years. I've been a professional for over 30 years, and I've created a brand. I wanted the brand to be premium, top grade leather, the best connection you can have with the golf club. I mean, it's going to be hard to beat. Designed the packaging myself. Pretty clean, eh? And the name obviously comes from LOFT LIE, so very much golf dominated. So in the description below I've left a link to the landing page. If you go to the landing page, you will get on the VIP waitlist. And when these gloves arrive, they'll only come in a certain quantity, so first come, first serve. And to be a part of that first come, first serve, you have to be on the VIP waitlist. Not only that, when you're on the waitlist, you will get 20% discount on your first order. So go to that link in the landing page. Just pop your email address in there. Once we have the stock in, that limited number of stock is in, you guys will be first to hear. You'll get the first chance to get your hands on the LOFT LIE Golf Glove. Going forward, yes, we'll order more stock as things go, but initially that's the place to go. Get yourself into the description, click the link to experience the full leather LOFT LIE Golf Glove. Back to the video. I then place a ball there and do the same thing. So now we go through the ball. The ball is just a hologram. Okay, I don't hit at the ball, I swing through the hologram to make sure I strike the tee. I know what you're thinking, what do I look at? Do I look at the tee or the ball? Well, I look at the ball. I'm aware of where the tee is, and the tee is my aiming point. My objective is to get to the tee, but I'm looking at what I'm trying to hit, which is the ball. So I line myself up, great, excellent. Up to the top, moving to white tee, moving to my aiming point, there. That's a strike, like that was better than I expected. Again, Now I'm trying to feel this with the body, not the hands and arms. 32 handicap is coming down here and there. 4 inches behind, hitting the ground. That deflection coming back up, moves path, moves club face aim, strikes up on the golf ball, positive angle of attack hitting up. Tour player, club's going back and he's here, coming down, 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 down there. Almost feeling as though you're looking back at the golf ball. As if I'm standing here at impact looking back at that golf ball. I suggest as well looking at the left side of the golf ball, so looking in here. Lots of little things you can do to ensure that the body reacts to where it needs to go. It needs to go towards this tee. It has to move forward towards target. There, up to the top and moving towards target. Up to the top and moving towards target. One thing I'm not doing here, I'm not just dumping this club into the ground with my hands to try and get a low point ahead and a negative angle of attack, because that's hands and arms. I'm body. So I'm pulling everything round. My body is pulling this club down and round. There, 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 there. You'll see I don't move off the red cane. I don't move behind the golf ball. Great again. Again, ball turf. Then you can eventually, once you've gone through the hologram, in fact let's do one more. That's a great drill, even without the golf ball. Just starting there and hitting that tee there. Amazing. Initially you'll probably miss the tee. A lot of guys do. They clip the top of it or they miss it because they're just above it. Once they get down into it, down into that left side and round, which is body working, amazing strike. I mean, some people, well, the 32 handicap there, the average of 25.13 handicap is 4.12 inches behind compared to 4 inches ahead. That's almost, I mean, it's almost 9 inches. It's over 8 inches. They've never felt that, never experienced the ball turf strike. That staggers me. So we get down on it to get the ball to go up. So I'm there, moving to white cane, moving to white cane, through, moving to white cane. You can see my finish position. My body's stacked on left side ahead of white cane. So I was 4 inches ahead of the ball at impact. Now my sternum's past. It's past there. There's none of that funky action going on. Okay, Steve, brilliant. I'm going to be playing off 5 at least. Absolutely. How do I take it onto the golf course? Good question. Well, you can either take it on the golf course by lying your canes down in a bounce game, practice game. Lie your canes down, set yourself up, you know what to do. I'm going to adhere to that white cane. I'm playing golf all day long. Then of course you cannot lie those canes down in competition. So your canes are away, your safety net has gone. The safety net is away. You line yourself up. Let me just move this golf ball as an example. So I'm just going to push this ball to here. And there's a little blade of grass there on this mat. There's a brown piece of grass about 4 inches ahead of the ball. There'll always be something you can use. There'll be a little worm cast, there'll be a leaf, there'll be a bit of clover, a bit of grass, twig, something you can use to determine your low point, which must be directly on the line of your target. Then all of a sudden we've got a small, pretty much a club head, line, visual line between ball and your aiming point. So your aiming point is that little piece of grass. Now I set my club up purely in line with that. Now that I've set my club up there, my grooves at 90 degrees to my grooves, I can get my feet alignment. Now my feet are open because of EUREKA Golf Swing. Check that out. There. So I'm now set. Now I can come down. So I take my practice swing. There'll be something similar distance wise that I can then adhere to and strike. Then I can step on, adhering, feel it. There, I'm on top of the grass. There, I'm on top of the grass. Then play. I've not missed one of these. My handicap would be coming down. It's really, really good. Really, really good. And then of course, again in bounce games, just lie a tee down. In your practice games, just lie your tee down. This is where I'm going up there, great. Now the edge of the tee, the flat edge of the tee is what you're trying to hit. So you're trying to hit the tee in a straight line. And you'll see that down the range, your tee will go in a straight line if you catch this correctly, because you're sustaining the line of compression, flat left wrist, you've got your lag, body's moved, flat left wrist, club face squarer for longer, ball, back of tee, continuing before we get out there, before that club face shuts down. So assess when you're doing it, assess where the tee finishes in relation to your target line. Boom. It's class. That, in my opinion, and in Bobby Clampett's opinion, is without doubt the easiest and quickest way you can reduce your handicap. The easiest and quickest way to reduce your handicap is to focus on low point control. And what are you thinking now? What about driver? 4 inches behind the driver's perfect. And you'll just hit up on it. Don't worry about that. We're compressing irons. Boom. That, of course, was 7-iron. Think about a wedge. A wedge is further back, so low point's going to be slightly different. But even when you're hitting a hybrid, if you're hitting like a 4 hybrid, you should squeeze that. Your low point should be ahead of the golf ball. A fraction. Not as much as 4 inches, but with a 7-iron, that's what to work on. Look for 4 inches. If you get the chance, click that link in the description to Loft LIE Golf Gloves. You'll be on the VIP waitlist. You will guarantee your space to get one of those golf gloves. Also check out my website, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.